yeah, yeah, cry if you want to. Keep crying, you little turkey. Hell, hey folks, how you doing? I hope you don't mind that I'm taking care of my little friend here. Yeah, well, okay, it's the closest thing I could come to finding a turkey, everybody. It's actually my little pirate rubber chicken, if you don't mind me. I'm choking me chicken here. Okay, folks, okay. Well, you might be saying, Matt, why the mask? Why all the hubbub and everything? And I will take it off. Okay, I will. I apologize, folks, but I'm so ashamed. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. I can see. Uh, I'm so ashamed of what I'm about to do that I said, ooh, a little hat here for color. Let's get some color. Oh, from my great friend Matt over at Pops Goes the 60s. Okay, folks, I'm a little ashamed. That's why I had the mask on at first while I was taking care of my little turkey friend there. Because, folks, I was chatting with my friend Sam St. John today, texting back and forth and whatnot. And he said to me, hey, Matt, I'm looking for an idea. I want to do a Thanksgiving themed video. I said, well, Sam, why don't you do something like this? Pick a bunch of albums, 5 or 10 albums, whatever, come up with a number for your thread and say, pick 5 albums that are real turkeys for Thanksgiving. And Sam loved it. He thought it was a great idea. He said, oh, thanks, that's a great idea. And I said, you know what, Sam, if you do a thread called albums that are turkeys, I said, I promise I will jump on it. So, folks, I'm a man of my word here. I'm a goofball of my word here. And Sam did it. He did a great video. I will put the link to it below. Go over and check it out. But Sam did it, and it's wonderful. So I said, here's my version of musical albums that are real turkeys, okay? First one is a no-brainer, folks. This one gets the double poop emoji award, and it's the soundtrack to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I'm sorry, folks, but when you have the original out there, when you have the original tunes on the original Sgt. Pepper, on Abbey Road, on all the other Beatle albums, and then you listen to this, there's no contest, folks. I'm sorry. The movie is a real dog, a real turkey, and this is a turkey. I never listened to it, folks. Now, to be fair, there's a couple of cuts on here that are pretty good versions. I will give it that. Okay, Billy Preston does a nice version. Aerosmith does a nice version of their song, Come Together. I mean, I don't want to go through the whole thing. I'm giving it a little credit. There are a few good versions on here, but overall, I'm sorry. It's a turkey. Okay, going with another soundtrack here. 2 people who have made movies, well, at least one of them has made movies that I really enjoy. And the other one is a musical artist who I really love. Oh, I have a crush on her to this day. May she rest in peace. But this soundtrack album is a dog. A turkey. A turkey. I keep saying dog. A turkey. It's a turkey. The Two of a Kind soundtrack. After John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John did Grease, which was a big success, great soundtrack, from 1978. 5 years later, they reunited and put out this movie called Two of a Kind, which is pretty, I guess it's kind of a cute movie if you like the two of them together, but it's really kind of a turkey of a movie. Well, the soundtrack is pretty turkey-ish as well. A few good cuts on here, different songs, but for the most part, I'm going to call it Turkey Heaven, okay? This is a real turkey. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to show you that. Although that is pretty bad too, I guess, unless you're into that sort of thing. But this album is called Travolta Fever. Wow, folks. This is an album that they were trying to cash in, this little crappy record company. Can't even see the M&M Records or whatever it is. Took all the music of John Travolta from the 70s and they compiled it into this double deluxe two record set of Travolta Fever. And folks, wow, it is a turkey. It's just a turkey. I never listened to it. His one top 10 hit is on here called Let Her In. That is on here. but you're not getting his stuff with Olivia Newton-John from Grease, any of those couple of good songs. It's just a bad album, folks. I don't know why I have it. The only reason I can think I have is because I was collecting songs from those Lost 45s of the 70s and whatnot, and Let Her In was on here. I probably got it for 99 cents or something. But it's a turkey! All right, I hate to even do it to this group because this is one of my favorite rock bands of all time. They're in my top 5 favorite artists of all time. I'm talking about Cheap Trick. But I got to be fair, and I got to pick artists that I normally love too. So for Cheap Trick, I'm going to pick this one. Their 1986 non-opus called The Doctor. All right, folks. There are some great melodies and great songs on here, written songs on here. It's the presentation that really makes this a turkey, folks. It's so overly 80s produced, and the way some of the songs are put together is so bad. If they only had produced this like they did on some of their later albums after this, or some of the earlier albums with that really rocking, crunchy, power pop melodic sound, there are a lot of great songs on here. But the way it is, the way it's sitting right now, this is my Cheap Trick turkey. Happy Thanksgiving! Love this band too, and for the most part, I love the majority of their albums, but if I have to pick a turkey, I gotta pick this one. It's The Clash's Combat Rock from 1982. Folks, there are some good things on here, okay? I'm just trying to be fair, and Sam wants to do this turkey thread, so I gotta be fair. I can't pick just all these albums that are just obviously turkey, so I gotta pick what I think are some turkey albums by some of the artists I love. That's why I'm doing this, okay? I love The Clash, and I love a lot of the songs here on Combat Rock, but for the most part, it's a turkey, folks. All right? Another band I love, and their final album is probably one of their top 3 best albums of their entire career, and it was their last album. That's the Monkees, and their Great Good Times album from 2012, I believe it was, or was it a year after? I forget. Their final album, where all 4 members are represented on it, and it is probably one of their best albums ever. However, back in the late 80s, they put out Pool It with just Mickey, Davey, and Peter. No Mike. And not only is the cover kind of a turkey, but the album itself, folks, I've really tried with this album. There were a couple of good songs on it. There were a couple of good potentials on it. But overall, folks, this is out of all the Monkees albums, this is my Monkees Turkey album. All right, real quick on this one. I'm not a big fan of his, but I do have a couple of his albums that are pretty darn good. My favorite being Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain. But after that, I was so into that album, I thought his next one would be just as good, if not better. It's called Around the World in a Day, or Days, or I don't even know what it's called. I don't listen to it, folks. Not a good album. It's got Raspberry Beret on it, which is pretty good. But for the most part, this follow-up to Purple Rain is a turkey for me. So I'm going to put it in my turkey pile. Another one of my favorite artists of all time. Definitely in my top 10 favorite artists of all time. Love 99.9% of their stuff. But this one's kind of a dog. It's Queen's music. Original soundtrack music by Queen for Flash Gordon. Folks, I'm sorry. There are some good things on it. All right? I will say I do like some things on here. I think The Hero's pretty good. There's a couple of others. The Hero's really good. The Flash's theme is okay, but a lot of the other stuff in the middle is just garbage. It's turkey heaven. It's the turkey, the stuffing, the cold mashed potatoes, and the rotten moldy bread. It's everything on Thanksgiving you don't like. It's a turkey. All right. One of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. Long career. 60-year career. No, not the Beatles. They didn't have a 60-year career. And there's nothing bad by the Beatles. Sorry. No turkeys in the Beatles camp. All right. But this band, Rolling Stones, this is my turkey. All right. Rolling Stones, what was this even called? Dirty Work. That's right. Dirty Work. 1986. If I peeled off this red shrink wrap, they're wearing all pastel 80s colors. It's so, There's a couple of good songs on here. There's some good stuff. Like I say, a lot of these, there's a couple of good things I like. But this is a turkey. This is a real turkey for the Rolling Stones. All right. All right. Now we got to be fair. Got to do some Beatles. Like I said, there's no bad Beatles. But solo Beatles, I got to pick one from each. Here's my Ringo turkey. Thank you, Ringo. Gravy, the gizzards, the neck, and the gross heart. Everything that from that turkey I don't like is in this one. Ringo the Fourth. This is my Ringo turkey. A little fanny there for you on turkey. A little, cheeks for turkey you can chew on, whatever. All right, that's my Ringo turkey. My George turkey. Damn, it's too bad because one of my favorite George songs is on this album, but the rest of it, well, there may be one or two others they're okay. I can get by. But the rest of it is a turkey. What a shame, because the cover design is beautiful, very striking with the orange and blue and beautiful design. But, and then the original, this is my second one, but I have an original that's the die cut cover and everything. Real beautiful design. But the music is turkey heaven. This is bad, folks. This is like turkey stuffing that has olives in it and celery and gross onions and moldy cheese and what else can you put in there? Put some prunes in your turkey stuffing and all raisins and all that. That's what this is. This is bad turkey stuffing right here. This is a turkey, okay? John Lennon. I know you thought I was going to pick two virgins of Life with the Lions or something. Nah, I'll pick this one. All right, I like New York City. There's a few other songs on here I can tolerate, but this is John's turkey. Let's be honest. It's a turkey. Happy Thanksgiving. This is good turkey right here. All right, and for Paul. Out of all of them, Paul's the toughest to pick a turkey. But I'll go with this one. All right, this is Paul's turkey for turkey Thanksgiving dinner. Pipes of Peace from 1983. There are some good things on here. I like the song Pipes of Peace. I like So Bad. A few good things on here. Sweetest Little Show is okay, I think. Was that the one I liked? I don't know. It's just a turkey, okay? For the most part, this is Paul's turkey. Happy Thanksgiving, Paul. All right, Elvis. I know you think I'm going to pick one of his movie soundtracks or something, but I'm not, okay? I like clam bake. Gonna have a clam bake. Ooh, ooh. I like that stuff. It happened at the World's Fair. Fun in Acapulco. Viva Las Vegas. I like his soundtrack. Sorry, I can't put him in here. Now, I could pick this fan club only issue. I could do that, but I won't do that, There's some, songs on there that are definitely turkeys, okay? I won't pick a fan club only issue. But this is an official RCA release, so it counts. Here's my Elvis turkey. Happy Thanksgiving, Elvis. This is your turkey. Best served cold, right? That's what this is, best served cold. Okay, folks, and my last one, last but not least, because this is the biggest turkey of them all, in my opinion, and I'm not even showing the biggest turkey of the turkeys, because this artist is one of the artists that had the biggest fall from grace, in my humble opinion. I'm talking about Tom Scholz and Boston. Oh my God. When I was that little 14-year-old boy who got the first Boston album way back in 1976, spring of 76, riding in the car with my parents out to see my aunt and uncle out in Western Rhode Island, and the song More Than a Feeling came on, I was in seventh heaven and was drawn in by these sounds that I had never heard before. The first Boston album, A album. The second Boston album, A album. The third Boston album, which was an 8-year gap, A album. Loved them all. Lifelong Boston fan up to that point. Then Tom takes an 8-year hiatus and comes out with this piece of turkey right here, Walk On in 1994. Not only are the songs just not as good, it's like trying so hard to be classic Boston, but it just falls short. But Brad Delp, the beautiful, great late singer of Boston, rest in peace, Brad. I loved you. I met Brad. He was a great guy. Brad's not even on this album. All right. So right there, it's a piece of turkey, Walk On. But I don't even have them. Boston released 2 more albums. They have 6 studio albums. First 3 are classics. This is the little piece of semi-warm turkey from Boston and The Fall from Grace. But then after this, they come out with an album called Corporate America, which is the biggest piece of dog poop. Picture dog poop with turkey mixed in it. That's what Corporate America is from Boston. And he even brought Brad back to try to save it by being on like 2 songs. Brad couldn't save it. It's a horrible piece of dog poop with all turkey stuck in it, all right? But that's not the worst part, all right, as I end this video. The worst part is the fool, Tom Scholz, who's a narcissist and an egotist, thinks he's still got the magic, but it was long gone. He comes back 11 years later in 2013 with an album called Life, Love, and Hope, or Hope, Life, and Love, or Love Me, Leave Me, and Say Goodbye to Me, or something. I don't even have it. I don't even care. It is not only dog poop with turkey stuck in it, it is like human excrement with an entire turkey dinner all mixed in it. That's how bad the final Boston album is of 2013. Life, Lope Me, Hope, and Hoopy Doopy Doop, whatever it's called. It's horrible. It is the biggest fall from grace to go from the glory of the first 3 albums down to that final Boston album is like the biggest fall I've ever seen of a rock and roll artist, Tom Scholz in Boston. He took that train right off the rails, right down the hill, right over the canyon into a burning, fiery mess as it exploded at the bottom of the canyon. What a shame. What a tragedy. And so, folks, the band Boston and their final 3 albums get my biggest slice of turkey. They get the turkey. They get the slice. I hope you enjoyed this, folks. I'm out of here. I'm going too long as it is. Thank you to Sam St. John for working with me to get this thread going, and I hope you enjoy this. I will put the link to Sam's video below. Goodbye, and happy Thanksgiving.